Check. Did that. Check.
Hi.
Bye-bye.
Cool.
Nancy!
Later.
Bye.
Lena saw you sneaking into the off-limits area.
Is she going to tell on us?
She was back there too.
Oh, interesting. You're very honest.
Oh. That means I'm gonna get in an argument later.
I'm surprised you don't like rules. Lena seems to be very by the book.
What book?
It's an expression.
I know, but have you ever thought about which book it means?
The rule book, I guess.
I'll bet that's the book that Lena's obsessed with.
She's obsessed with a book. Interesting.
Well, that's why we're here.
What do you mean?
If you don't know but you care, that means I'm not supposed to say.
Later.
Talk to you another time.
Can't use my phone here.
Hi.
I'll let you go.
Cool.
Listen, this is important. I know what Sonny's up to.
What?
You found a comic, haven't you?
Pieces?
Of course, pieces. Good. That confirms things.
What are they from?
Sonny's grandfather drew these books for him. There was something to entertain him when he was sick.
Why do they matter now?
Sonny thinks these comics are like maps, clues he needs to follow.
Why?
I don't know if you remember, but a long time ago we talked about the Anunnaki.
Right.
Ask him. He'll laugh it off. When he does, tell him Jamila says hi. See what happens.
Does the word etude mean anything to you?
So you know the spied passphrase. What did you find out?
Passphrase?
Never mind. I'll change it by the time we're off this call. Already done.
All right, beyond the passphrase I just missed the boat on.
I'm so sorry to not include you, but it's not my call.
Aside from that,
What's it mean, right? If you know the word, then you know the story.
I'm afraid that I don't.
It's a teaching tool, usually for piano players. But Jin liked the idea that a lesson could exist as art.
I get that, but why does it keep coming up?
Because that's what the Anunnaki are all about.
Becoming better piano players?
No, advancing, evolving. Each life is a lesson. Each stage of human development is a lesson. We need to learn, to perfect, to demonstrate.
Demonstrate to whom?
Jin calls them the testers. Supposedly we're being watched by advanced beings.
Aliens?
Aliens, space worms, giant monsters and lab coats, I don't care.
If you don't care, then...
Why belong to Spied?
Yeah.
Because I may not believe we're being watched, and frankly I don't care, but it's time for humanity to grow up before we wreck everything. That's all Sonny wants, in his own way.
What is Jin's obsession with etudes about?
He believes that each major development in humanity is a lesson. We did a great deal of sitting about at first until the first tool was invented, and then that led to agriculture, but also a great deal of bashing each other about the head, and then from that point on we developed newer and more powerful technologies. Jin believes we were visited before each new advancement, and given a lesson to perfect.
That's the etude?
So he says. He believes each life is like that too, that we each have a lesson to perfect. That's the goal, to find your own song and play it perfectly.
How did Sonny know who would make it through the competition?
Did you see all the rest of the competition?
Well, not really.
No offense, but it's not shocking who was left over. The deck was stacked in your favor.
What's the story with Sonny and his grandfather?
Jin has spent his life chasing after these big adventures, and it seems that his daughter, Sonny's mum, felt a little left behind. She didn't want him around Sonny when he was younger. Didn't want him to get hurt by Jin suddenly taking off.
Okay.
Then one day, Sonny gets sick. Really bad. He's in bed for forever. Jin comes to be there for the family, and he tells Sonny these stories. Gives him these comics he drew for him. For that year, they're the best of friends.
And then?
Sonny gets better, Jin moves on. Sonny's mum tells him that his grandfather's stories were nice, but they were just stories.
He doesn't believe that?
He does. Until one day, on a whim, he visits one of the locations from the comic.
What does he find?
Well, you'll need to ask him.
What do you mean by the deck being stacked in our favor?
Sonny wanted all of you to stay through the competition because you all have a certain skill.
So I'm what? The person with the questions?
Or the person who finds the answers.
And Lena?
This I know. She's a linguist and a code breaker. Sonny wants her in case he actually finds something.
Kiri, what's she here for?
I don't know anything about her. Look at what she's good at. Look at Sonny's notes in the comic.
What about Patrick?
Indeed.
Any clue?
He's my inclusion. Accidentally.
Why?
We met back when I was in the Order.
You did?
He and his team were there for a playoff game of sorts. I found him lost in the desert.
What was he doing?
Naturally, that's what I asked. You know what he said?
What?
I'm lost in the desert. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, I can see him saying that.
I asked him if he was worried about being lost. He told me that he had just lost his river, but soon he'd find it again, and he'd follow it where it led.
He's really very calm. It's odd.
Not really odd. It turns out his parents are these gurus of sort. They raised him to join them in their teaching, but he said he felt the world pulling him in another direction.
The middle of a desert?
Apparently, right? I thought it was pretty funny, so I told Sonny about him.
And?
Sonny nearly punched a hole in the sky, he was so excited. Bring him to me, he's the last one. He kept saying that.
When was this?
Right before we met. I imagine that's when his plan started.
So why do you trust Sonny so much?
He's the one who gave me the tip about the final dig site.
He did?
Yes. He brought you in as well.
What?
That was your test.
I passed, I presume.
Maybe. Remember, Sonny wants you to act as you are, not as you could be.
I don't know if I understand.
It means that he studied you. He wants you to act as you are. He's not hoping you suddenly become a more special version of yourself. He's building his orchestra. You're an instrument. All of you are. Look at the comic. Look at the people around you.
Bye-bye.
Be safe, Nancy.
Under nest in tree? I'll have to check that out.
Hey, you.
Jamila says hi, by the way.
Tell her I say hi.
I was expecting more of a reaction.
Oh, no, not Jamila! Tell her I say hi, though! Nancy Drew.
Are you and Jamila friends?
Of course.
You teach together at Spide?
There's a position for you, too, if you'd ever like to join in.
I'll consider it.
No, you won't. But behind the teaching at Spide, we're doing some interesting research.
About what?
All things forgotten, never known, odd, and Jamila demands proper archaeology. You could add what you'd like to.
Do you have any proof aliens exist?
Aside from this awesome belt I had made?
Yes, aside from the belt.
Should I float the boots? I won't.
Later.
Bye.
What's up?
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
If I can light all of the grid sections, I might be able to get the power back on.